Hello and welcome back to my channel. It is me, your girl Junior Mint. I am so excited to bring you all yet another amazing Minty Monday sermon. Here to lift your spirits, here to give you some enlightenment, here to give you some questions and thoughts to ponder throughout your week in order to help you grow into a little bit stronger of a person so that way we can deal with the bullshit of life, okay? This week's topic is deferment, and the reason our topic is deferment is because I was thinking back, and if you've seen my videos over the past few weeks, I've referenced being a first chair flautist growing up, and at the time, of course, as a black trans woman, I was thinking of myself at the time as a boy, and I felt so uncomfortable being first chair flautist amongst a bunch of girls because I just felt so uncomfortable in my own body, and then as well on top of it, the idea of being seen as the only boy amongst these girls, it just felt even more like I wasn't fitting in. And so I put the flute on the shelf, and it kind of wasn't based off of me not wanting to do it. It was based off of my comfortability and not understanding myself. And so I deferred something that I really love for a very long time and getting to enjoy it just because me not understanding myself. And so that's what this whole topic is rooted in for this week. And so without further ado, enjoy. So, as you surmised from the intro, this entire topic is about deferment. And deferment can mean so many different things for a lot of people. I recommend, bitch, defer your loans, defer payment for as many things as you possibly can, defer enrollment if you can, whatever you need to, push that bitch off. But just like Langston Hughes suggested, bitch, don't let the thing that you defer be a dream, okay? Don't be the person who has to figure out what really happens to a dream motherfucking deferred. Bitch, that thing will sag, it will soar, it will run. Bitch, don't let your dream be the thing that you defer. I've found so many different moments in life that will cause you to think that what you are doing is leaning into success or leaning into something positive, when what you really do is leaning away from your dream and who you really are. Because in order to climb the ladder of corporate success, it meant me giving up different pieces of myself, me expressing my gender however I wanted, me showing up to work happy as who I am. Those were things that I would have to give up in order to succeed in a corporate space when that's not actually success. That's just climbing a ladder. If what you want is growth and happiness, what you have to do is discover pieces of yourself, follow that dream, follow that little pursuit that is calling and tugging at you, and actually follow that thread to the end to see where it leads. If I hadn't followed the thread in the voice of what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be, I would not be the proud black trans woman sitting here right now. And on top of it, I wouldn't be a full-time drag artist, motivational speaker. I wouldn't be sitting in front of this video right now talking to you about my experience if I had not leaned into who I was and followed my dream. I started out, as you heard in the intro, I started out playing the flute, and because of my own not understanding of myself and my own uncomfortability with who I was and not having the language for who I was, I felt so uncomfortable doing something that brought me so much joy. Getting to play that flute was something that I actually really did love, but just standing out and knowing that no matter what, I just felt like I did not fit in to any form of group or category in school. And so for me, I put that flute away in order to help make my living a little bit easier growing up. But now as I look at myself, it makes me so happy to be able to be like, okay, Junior, you can now get back into that understanding full well that that is something that you want to be doing. I know so many different friends who went back to sports, who went back to different aspects of their life that felt so uncomfortable growing up. And they deferred those dreams. They deferred all of those passions. But the best part about deferring something is it means you're planning on picking it back up again. It means that you're planning on getting back into that cycle of something that you loved. And that's what I'm planning on doing. Over the next year, I'm planning on trying to pick the flute up again, trying to learn, trying to get back into actually connecting to my love of music in a new way, because I actually fully put that part of myself on a shelf, and I just thought it was something that I wasn't good at, or it's not something I connected with, when I truly deeply connected with it. The thing I wasn't connecting with was myself. The thing that I wasn't actually having conversations with where it was like, oh, is this actually bringing you joy, was what do you want to wear? Are you actually showing up to school and showing up to all of these music lessons the way that you want and comfortable enough to actually, enjoy getting to learn music? And the answer to all of those clothing, gender questions was no. I was never happy. I was never happy with how my body looked or how I showed up to rehearsals. So I was always in a really uncomfortable mood having to sit there next to a bunch of girls as a flautist. And so now getting to actually fully be myself. Lizzo is, well, of course, a huge inspiration. She has been truly getting me even into the mindset of like, oh my God, I didn't even realize how many wild things and amazing things I could do with a flute. And so, yeah, I'm planning on picking that up and stopping that deferment of that dream. And I find each consistent week, I find new things that I'm discovering about myself that I put on the shelf. And I recommend every single person to keep on finding new pieces of yourself that you haven't explored before. I keep discovering every single week newer and newer things about myself that I put on the shelf because I was uncomfortable with myself in the past. Things that I didn't think that I liked, but it turns out I love them. I just did not feel comfortable enough to express joy or even acknowledge the fact that some things brought me happiness because I felt like there was a stigma with me liking it. Me being first chair flautist, a boy shouldn't want to be first chair flautist. Boys are more than welcome to be first chair flautist. Me, I was a girl who wanted to be first chair flautist, but didn't know I was a girl who wanted to be first chair flautist. And so I say that because you never know how your connection and your relationship to different things that you did as a kid can change once you're grown and once you actually feel more comfortable with yourself. Because for me, I find myself even wanting to get a little bit more into sports again because it was just the whole arena that was just so much masculinity that I didn't connect to and felt very uncomfortable and very threatened by. And so it's the type of thing that now that I'm comfortable with myself, I kind of want to see what Junior is like in a stadium. What is Junior like at a basketball game? Because as a kid, I sang choir, and so we went to baseball games, basketball games, hockey games as a kid. But, I loved it, but I wasn't really that connected to it. If anything, the guys just scared me because I was like, they all look like they kind of like can kind of tell that I'm different. And so for me now being able to go into a space like that and own who I am and get to enjoy it for whatever I want it to be, that's an experience that I really want to reclaim. And it's a dream that I want to stop deferring. I want to stop deferring all of the dreams, all the passions, all the goals that I have because I wasn't comfortable with myself or I was trying to make other people more comfortable with me. I want to stop deferring all of the goals, the dreams, the passions, activities that I've wanted to do that I haven't done because I wasn't comfortable with myself or I wasn't comfortable with being myself around other people. Because I even think about the fact that I love sports. I do enjoy watching them. But the thing that really made me feel like it wasn't for me was mainly because I didn't feel like there was ever going to be a space for me at a basketball game as an out black trans queer woman, and realizing that space, even if I've never seen another black trans person inhabit that space, I could be the first one. And it shouldn't stop me from wanting to inhabit that space and getting to find a way of inhabiting that space and getting to enjoy that space, because I am so done limiting myself based off of how I think other people will respond to me being in a space when I can no longer care because it has stopped me from doing so many different things. I've deferred so many dreams because of other people's comfortability. And what I'm telling you right now is it will get you nowhere except wishing you had done it earlier. And be proud of yourself for even acknowledging the fact that, bitch, I deferred a dream. That's the thing for me. I'm just proud of the fact that I can stop deferring these dreams now. I can now jump the fuck back into my own life, into what I want to do. Like, bitch, in a year's time, I'm hoping you can see me on a stage with a flute, bitch, okay? Well, that is that on that. Thank you so much for watching this full video. I would like to say thank you for listening every week. Thank you for taking in the words that I say. I sit down and I record them because I just want someone to be able to know that there's someone out there who can connect to them, and as well give them a little bit of wisdom to help their lives get a little bit easier, and as well help give some direction to how to grow. So I hope that you have grown a little bit with me. I hope that you have grown a little bit without me too, because bitch, we need to be working on this 24/7. So I will see you back here next week, and I am so excited to share some amazing news with you over this week. So get ready. You're about to get some brand new freaking content, and I can't freaking wait because it's something that me and a friend have been working on for a very long time, and we're very, very excited to share it with you. So get ready. You'll hear about it this week. But again, thank you. If you are not subscribed to my Patreon, you can always watch the full unedited video on my Patreon if you subscribe. But if you are a part of my Patreon club, thank you so much for your support and your love. Mwah. I will see you next week. Bye.